Hey everyone, it's Apache here and welcome back to Modded Megaquarium. We have a huge hole in the middle of our aquarium here, this room right here. And this is one I've been putting off, and as you've seen throughout the series, we've been trying to avoid doing this room to the very last, and I am very glad that I have. Mainly because very recently there have been a few new mods come out, and two of them are to do with the mega tanks. So we have a couple of new mega tanks to have a look with. So first of all, I'm just going to show you through these tanks that have come up. They are on Boss Jasmine's website. You can see them there. You can go and grab them from there. The link is down in the description. And these are some very special tanks. We have the Mega L Tunnel tank here and the Mega Tunnel tank. And so we're going to take one of these. We're going to see what it is. It's a mega tank with a tunnel running through it. And this one has the L tunnel, and you can stretch this one out to whatever size you want, up to that size. It's not quite as big as the main mega tank. If we grab one of those out actually for comparison, but it is size 2240, so it's a decent size. And then the big one, actually no, it is the same size, my apologies. It is the same size. So these ones are exactly the same size as the big main tanks, big main mega tanks. But you can see it has a tank, a tunnel running through it. Well, it's not quite, it is one row shorter. So you can see there, just overlapping them. So it's one row shorter than the big mega tank. So if you want a big, this is definitely the biggest one, and this has a capacity of 2,800. And then the other one, the mega tank, this has quite a special property, and this one has the tunnel running all the way through it. Now you can't bring it out to the sides, however you can extend it this way and that way. And if you extend it all the way to its maximum length, it actually turns into one of these guys. So it has an L tunnel at the very end if you want that. If you don't, you can just drag it one shorter than the max, and you will have a tunnel running all the way through this thing. And these, I think, are very needed additions to the game. They add so much variety to the different tanks that you can have, and you can almost set like a maze running through. If we came in from here, we could have this one running down. You come along here, you go through one of these, you go through another tunnel tank, come down this way, you can go through here, and eventually a tunnel will come out into this room here. Now, as we've seen before with this room over here, it is actually very difficult to get these tunnels to do exactly what you want, because they need a lot of supplies around them. In here, we actually needed all of this space here just to be able to get this tank up and operational. And these tanks are even worse. These tanks are huge, and I'm likely to need to get another room out here, which is purely just a staff room, to be able to actually fill these tanks and get them working properly. I'm going to try and piggyback off of other rooms as well, to try and take some of the redundancy from these other rooms and add them into this room. That's why I've added so much redundancy in at different places. So for instance, this here, I could replace this with a mega tank, a mega pump, increase this room just by one to give us the space around it that we need, and then we can piggyback from this one into this room here with the tanks here. So there's a lot of things to actually do and plan beforehand with this room. And I think what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to put a path all the way around the outside. I'm going to link in these rooms here, and I'm going to paint the entire room. And that is going to take quite a while, so I'm going to do that off camera, and I'll bring you back once that is done. So there we go, we have a walkway all the way around the outside now with the regular path that we've got running all the way through the aquarium in. I've put jungle on the outside just to give us a little kind of soily type effect on the outside, I suppose, and the shipwreck paint on the inside. I do like this as a floor, and we've got that running through some of the other rooms as well, you can see up here, and as well in these two rooms. So I think it fits in well with these two, especially with the lobby. I can see this room as being a kind of nexus or a hub of the aquarium, and I can see it as being a very educational room as well. So I'm going to try and focus my building around that. Now I did have a plan for this, and I did, I'll show you what the plan was actually. I'll go down, grab a mega tank, and I was going to have 2 of these, and they were going to be, I suppose, around there, and these were going to be dragged out all the way to their maximum size. And I'm thinking now that this has to change. Because of the new stuff we've got in, I think it'll be a lot better if we can change it around. So I was going to do this, and these would be in the paint, the shipwreck paint, to give them the same texture as the floor there. And then I was going to have padded benches all the way along here, like an auditorium, with a little bit in the middle for concessions, and then all the rest of the concessions and toilets and everything around the edge of the room. However, I think that kind of has to change a little bit now in the advent that we have some new mega tanks in. So I'm going to get rid of these 2, and we're going to see what we can do with the Mega L tanks, I think. These guys, because these will add a lot of different functionality to this room, and I think they'll make it a lot easier to do stuff with them as well, because I think they are slightly smaller, may give us... Now I wish that you could change this around slightly, because I don't particularly want the entrance to this being on the side that it's going to be on. Because if I do that and put it in line with this one, first of all you can see they're slightly different size, so we can't do that because they are slightly longer than they are wide. So I will have a look at the other tunnel tank, the L tank, not the L tank, the straight tunnel tank. Because this one can't go to the side, we're stuck with this, but I think that's going to be okay. So if we go like that, it'll give us a walkway all the way through, and then if we go like that, I suppose there, and bring that down to there, one further up. And that will give us a tunnel all the way through as well. Now at the back we've got to put the platforms in, so this may actually change what we do. So if I put one there and one there, we will actually need to bring these out slightly. So I need to actually just delete that one I've just put in, because this needs to come out like that. Actually no, it needs to... Oh no, yeah, then I can raise it up like that, because that needs to come out all the way to there. Or does it? So I can cross this off at the back, and I can have this as a little area here for the stairs to come down like that, and then the auto feeders would go here and here. I think that would be okay. It gives it a little bit of a weird thing around the back of it here, but I don't particularly mind that. So if we put these up like that, and then it's going to do that really awkward thing where it's not going to allow us to put these in. So if I try this over here, can I do it over here? Yes, I can. So we're going to have to do it manually because of the bug in this version of the game, which says that I can't, in some directions, put the stairs in that I need to put in. I hope that that has been fixed in later versions of the game. I will check with the others, see if it's still there in 1.7. So if any of the guys on the Discord at the moment are watching, any of the modders, or Tim, if you are watching, this is a problem which has been around for a while, then yeah, this is my unofficial bug report, I suppose. Let's see if it's actually going to work with this. See, now it's still wanting to put in this. I can only change it direction pressing Q. I can't move it up or down. I can't do anything else with it. So what I can do is again move one to there, and it's got this really weird thing still. So now it may work, but it's not, so I put them there. One more, delete that one, and then move these into place. Like that, and like that. Okay, so we've got our way up for the staff there. And I also think it would be quite nice to actually add in these around the side as well. But I'm not going to, because it will actually detract from the tunnel there. So the way to get in to this will be from the front of it, and that's fine, that's okay, because you can walk from this room over here, you can walk through the actual tank itself, which I think will be quite fun anyway. From here you can either walk down the side of it, walk through it, or walk along the back and through this one, or down the side of that one. The only bit you can't do is down the centre. You have to come around the front, whichever path you take, and go up the centre like that. Now it's going to be the same for our staff as well. I have decided that I'm not going to put any of the pumps or anything in here. This is just going to be tanks. I will need one pump in the centre of the room, but I'm not going to add in any of the actual pumping infrastructure, the filtration or the heating or any of that, because I do want these to be different. I want one to be heated and one to be chilled, and I've got to work out which is going to be best for that. I do have some tanks up here which I could piggyback off, but what I will do instead, I think, is actually add in two rooms here, one which will be for heating and one which will be for chilling, because these are going to need massive amounts of heating and chilling for them. So if I grab some more space here, we're going to need it from there all the way across, and we're going to need it from there all the way across. And these aren't actually going to have any functionality within the place at all. What I may do though is, for sanity's sake, I will actually add in doors into them. So we will add in a bit there, we will add in a little bit there, like that, and we will add in a little bit there, like that. But because they're not going to be anything to do with the aquarium at all, I'm just going to put in the shipwreck paint along here, like that, and along on this one. And I think, I'm not sure what I want to do in there, so I'm going to leave them essentially unpainted. So if we now drag out our Pacific paint into here, we can have it just going into the room, just like that. All that's going to be in here is pumps, so I don't want to add any decoration. I suppose I can actually do that to designate a walkway. It's really awkward to do this because it lags so much. I'm actually quite glad this series is coming to a close now. I'd be interested in knowing what you guys have thought of this series. What has been your favourite room that I've done, if it hasn't been one of your own, and what has been your favourite kind of theming? What is your favourite fish, favourite animal, whether it's an animal or a coral? And also, I suppose it's important to ask, what has been your favourite mod? Because there's been a lot of mods we have used in this series, and you can see all of those. They are all listed. Well, the website to get all of those is listed in my description down below for this video, and in every video that I brought out for this series. I think we've probably got maybe 2, maybe 3 more episodes, and I'm planning on something special for a finale as well, so you'll have to look out for that. I know these episodes have been coming out a little bit more sporadically after Christmas, I've had a lot of stuff on in real life, so I've had to kind of curtail my YouTube viewing and stuff for that. Real life comes first, as I'm sure you can imagine. So there is the pump rooms in place. Now we need 3 staff doors along here. We will have 1, 2 and 3. 1, come on, 2 and 3. And they will be in the paint, the harbourside paint. 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3. So now we've got the tanks. We've got 2 main tanks anyway. I do want to try and add in some of these chairs now. Now I've been putting off using the massage chairs. However, in a place like this, I can see this being almost like a seminar room, like a marine biologist seminar room where 60 different marine biologists come in, undergrad marine biologists, and they will have a seminar talking about the different animals, different corals, or all kinds of stuff we've got in these tanks. And so to that end, I think we should give them something nice to sit in, rather than these padded benches. I've been at uni for 6 years during my life. I don't want to sit in any more really uncomfortable benches for 3 hours at a time. It's horrible. Now these have direction, and they will go more or less. I want a bit of space in front of them. Now this is going to take a while, because we can't drag them. We have to place each one individually. And I'm glad I'm not paying for any of these. And they will go across like that. And so that's 1 row. 2 further back we will have another row. And then 2 further back we'll have another row. And then 2 further back we'll have another row. And then we've got some space at the back. Now I'm probably going to want a little bit of space here. So I'm just going to add in something along these lines to give me a little bit of space back here for a daisy chaining pump system. And then here as well we can add in pretty much the same thing. So let me do all of this and I will join you back once I've got all these chairs in, because it's going to take a while. So there we go, I've added in all of the chairs now. I've taken out one of the rows at the back so that we can add some of these tanks in. I do love these tanks. This is something I was requesting for quite a while. This is Boss Jasper's floor tank, so people can actually walk over the top of this tank. And they can still view the fish below, they can still interact with the fish below. The fish can still be fed, but guests and staff can still actually walk over it. So all of this space is completely open space where people can actually walk. And we're going to add in these all the way along, I think. We're going to add 6 of them in total, the full-size ones. So we'll go like this. And then from this side, add them in there, and there. And the last one should fit in perfectly just there. So that is them. Now we want to separate these out into 2 different networks. We want, therefore, a few different pumps. We're going to need, we're actually going to need at least one of these to be cold water, and this to be cold water. And we need at least, so this will be the cold water tank, this will be the hot water tank. So let's put the pumps in. We're going to use the big mega pumps. And so we'll put these in the centre right there. And so this will be our cold water network. And because of how I need to do this, I'm actually going to add in straight away this one here to be a cold water tank. So both of these are cold water. They're the only cold water ones we've got at the moment. We'll work out as we go through exactly what we want to be cold and exactly what we want to be hot. But now if we come in and grab another one of these mega pumps, we will add one just behind it there, and that will link to this one. And I suppose because we've got this one as being cold water, then this one over here should really be hot water. So we will link this one to that one over there. And then, because these have no durability, they don't need anything to do with them, they don't need any maintenance, we can just block these in so that the people can't see them. And that will give us a nice little thing in the centre to be able to put concessions around. So we can put the I suppose like the shark cat stands and some vending machines and stuff around here, and that will be perfectly fine there. And of course we need to fill this in with the harborside paint, so we'll go all the way around that, and this one and that one, and across there, and those two. Excellent, so now we have completely boxed in pumps which are purely for daisy chaining purposes. These are just to link the tanks we want in here together. And so now in these two rooms here, we're going to get another mega tank each. And we're going to place this probably as far into the... Actually no, because we might need more of these than that. So we'll place one there, which links to this tank. And we'll place one there, which links to this tank. And so that is, this will be the cold water room, and this will be the hot water room. And I suppose we can designate these so that it's easy for us to remember at least. Might not be very nice for the staff that are working in there. But we can have this as the red room for the warm water stuff, just around the outside. Don't know what I want to do in the middle, but we'll make it look pretty as well. And then we have the cold water room, which could remain blue. I just remembered there is that little bit there which needs doing as well. Now this one could remain blue, or it could be, I don't know. Let's have a look at what other colours. I suppose the teal might actually be quite good for here. So we'll do that. We'll do this one as teal to indicate that it is a cold water room. Let's go all the way on the outside, just to give us a very, very clear indication of what each room is designed to be. And so that's that. And so now we've got all of the pump network we need to add into here, and there's a lot of it to be able to add in as well. But we can add other pumps in here which daisy chain off of this one. So we're going to be able to do quite well with this, just being able to daisy chain off. And I think what I will do in that case, I'm going to add a small podium tank right in the centre of each room. One there, and one there. And then this will connect to this. I'm not taking any chances with this. And then this one will connect to there. And now any other pumps we need in here will daisy chain off this tank here, rather than trying to connect to any in here. It means we can use much, much smaller pumps and try and cram as much as we can into here. Now I don't know exactly how much it's going to need. Each one of these, let's have a look at the capacity, 2128. So each one of the large double, like 2x2 ones of these is 220. So we're going to need 10 of these in each room, 10 of the mega heaters in here and 10 of the mega chillers in here, just to give us one tank. And then we've got each of the other tanks as well. We can actually, if we add in, oops, always do that. If we have a look at here, that's with this one included. So we've got 2 more tanks as well. And maybe we want to add more tanks in here as well. So we are going to have a lot of stuff in here. So it's 10 just to give us enough with no redundancy. There's a lot of tanks, we're going to need probably 10% redundancy. So that's at least another one, probably another 2. So it's 12 heaters, 12 chillers, and then all of the filtration. And the filtration is massive as well. So we're going to need a lot of filtration. So we're probably going to have half a room as filtration and half a room as heating. And the same in here, half a room as filtration and then half a room as a chilling. So that's the plan with that anyway. I don't know how it's going to work, but I think this is where we're going to leave it here. I've been going on for a long time in this episode, and I'm sure you're all sick of it by now. I know I am. I've been working on this for quite a while, trying to work out exactly how to do this, but I think it is coming along quite well. So this is our plan. Let me know if you like it down in the comments. Let me know if you would do anything different in this room. and let me know how you would do it as well. I'm always up for feedback on this. I might actually leave it a few days between episodes, between filming this one and the next one. Sometimes I film them back to back, but I'm going to leave it a couple of days between filming this one and filming the next one, so that I can actually get your feedback on this and see what you think about it, and whether you would do anything different, whether I've missed anything major in this room, and also tell me which fish, which animals to add into what tanks. Remember that these, although they say they are deep tanks, these are actually shallow tanks, so I won't be able to add anything like the kelp or anything like that, any of the big stuff in there. All of that will go into this, and we'll make these 2 tanks look quite amazing. So yes, thank you for joining me today. If you did enjoy this episode, please leave a like, comment and subscribe on the video and to the channel, and I will see you next time.